thank you ahead of time. You've given me gratitude for what I've done with my life. I feel very blessed to have been able to do what I've done with my life. That's to start with. Now today, I'm going to be talking about why limit yourself, or fear. Why fear? Okay. I'll start with a very, very quick quote that will hopefully bring us into the theme of my speech today. It's by Mark Twain. Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it's time to pause and reflect. And he was talking on conformity, okay? And that's basically the theme that I'm running with today. I think that people within our world, and I'll talk a little bit about what I mean by world in a minute, but really I think that they limit themselves. Sorry, I might refer to my notes because I don't want to miss anything. I've got lots of information to give you. Okay, so what I see that many people do with their lives is that they limit themselves in how they dress, in what they eat, in the music they listen to, in the activities that they take on, in the people that they might be able to meet, the places that they travel. And I'll go into that now, okay? I think people that they associate themselves with a stereotype, okay? And what I mean by that is that people see themselves as person A, okay, person A. And they are only going to allow themselves, most of the time, to be seen as person A. Okay, but is that person A really them? I don't know. They don't know. But the only way that they're going to find out is by reflecting on themselves and opening themselves up to other opportunities so they can learn about themselves more. Other ways that people limit themselves, and there's a few ways that people do it in fashion, but I think especially in adolescence, they really limit themselves by what they wear, and that comes back into their stereotype. They wear what they think they should be wearing instead of what they want to wear. Sure, I've got shorts on today, I've got a nice polo on, dressed nicely because I thought, okay, I'm just going to represent myself as someone who comes across as quite neat, reasonably athletic. I've got my Asics on. They're quite stylish, don't you think? You know? So I've gone for that look. And this is what I'm presenting to you. But I could have worn here today a suit and made it look very, very professional, very corporate. And you would have thought something totally different of me. But I'm going for something a little bit more casual. Okay? But I think there's many trends that come with fashion, and I don't think that you have to abide by them every single time, because fashions and trends come and go. And I don't think that people wear often what they want to wear. You see some people wearing really low cut, like jeans that come down below their bum. Is it functional? Is that wearing of that piece of clothing functional? I don't think so, because they just tend to sort of walk around and they sort of do this with their hands. I don't know, they're trying to pull that belt up. I don't know, I haven't figured that out. Social limitations. People limit themselves in social situations. And what I mean by that is that you come to a party scenario, okay? And there's some people over here, some people over here, there's people are your friends that you know. And you'll find this in many situations, and it's not just like at your age, when you go to parties when you're 15, 16, 14, in your adolescence. It happens when you're 23, when you're 30, when you're 70, when you're 55, all throughout your life. You'll find that you go to parties or you go to certain social functions, and people will gather together if they know each other. And they will very, very often struggle to break apart from their little groups. Why? Because they're scared, potentially. Scared to learn about other people, scared to look stupid if they go over to another group and go, "Hi, my name's Jesse. It's really lovely to meet you. What are you doing here? How do you know the host? Or what are you about? What do you do with your life? I'd really like to learn about you." People limit themselves to the opportunity of learning about other people's way of life. And it's very scary because you see that within our world now, and I think because of that, there's a lack of appreciation of various cultures and various societies in our world that is creating turmoil throughout. Here's a fun one that I'd like to bring up: dancing limitations. Okay? And what I mean by that is, again, it's mostly in social situations, but why don't you dance like you want to dance, you know? There's so many people that dance out there like, what is that? That's not really expressing yourself through physical movement, is it? Move your hips, you know, really get into it. Pop them like jive and slide and stuff. And do Michael Jackson whenever you want. Instead of just going, "Oh no, I couldn't do that. It's not me." Why not? Make it you. Make it whatever you want it to be. Dance how you want to dance. Because life is too short to worry about what they think of your dance, because they've probably got something of their own that they're not too happy to share either. So why don't you just share it and give them the opportunity to open themselves up as well. Music limitations. Why do people only listen to the radio? They often only listen to the radio, and they only listen to the artists that come out of the radio. Open yourselves up to many options from around the world. Today, as I was driving in, and Lockie overheard me, we'll speak later, to a Tongan traditional dance melody. You'd hear this on the beach in Tonga, in an island, waves lapping up on the shore. Imagine that, beautiful. And you expose yourself to the amazing abilities of other people in other parts of the world. So open yourselves up to music, classical music, rock music, jazz, my favourite genre, rock, hard rock. Figure out why people like hard rock. I don't know. But maybe you can tell me. Travel limitations. When you go out, when you guys finish school, a lot of you will go on a Kentucky tour. Don't go on a Kentucky tour! Go and find out a place that you're interested in, because there's a reason why you're going there. Don't just make it because, I'm going to just jump on the bus and follow them to Greece, and then to Germany, and then to Hungary, and Poland, and then one night in each place, and you're like, "Oh, I really want to stay there." Well, you can't, because you're on a bus. Okay? So just figure out your own travel itinerary for once. Alright? That's what I just disagree with Kontikis in many ways. Okay? Very limited. Okay? Nutrition limitations. I'm going to touch on this very quickly. Eat what you want to eat. When you're in a social situation, you often go, "Oh, what are you hungry? Subway? Just eat what you want to eat, because you know it's good for you and you like the taste of it. Don't eat what other people tell you to eat, what you want to eat. Okay? That's just a small one, because I think lots of people just abide and they eat stuff and they're like, "Oh, I'm not really happy with that." Well, don't choose it. You figure out what you put in your mouth. Some of the factors that limit us are social, how we interact with our peers; parental, how our parents bring us up; our family, our family relationship and environment; our friends, obviously peers and really close friends; school, how teachers treat us, okay, what type of school we go to; and our work. And all this adds up to what is called a milieu. Look it up, figure it out. It's the social environment that we live in, okay? It's the world around us. That's what affects us. So you can filter what comes in. That's what I'm telling you. You can filter that. You have the control. You've got a brain. It makes you do this. It can make you think as well. So think. I'm going to go to a quote. I think this is a good one. It's another one by Mark Twain. I think it's a lovely one. Have a read. Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that, but the really great make you feel that you, too, can become great. Don't limit yourself to the people that are belittling you or making you feel smaller. Go and find people that make you feel amazing, because those people are worth hanging around. Okay? Some of the limitations, or the things that we don't limit in our world, which I think is very, very important. I'm going to touch on this very, very quickly because I know we're probably running out of time. We're probably going on already. Anyway, alcohol consumption. I think people hide behind alcohol, and it limits their personality. Don't hide behind alcohol. Don't say, oh, I did that just because I was drunk. To have control over yourself. Don't put as much alcohol in your mouth if you know that you don't work well with alcohol. Okay? Especially in adolescence. Alcohol is very, very dangerous, and there's many research sort of papers on this, but it really does affect you in later life. And if you have a very good control of what you put in your mouth, as I was saying, food before, alcohol is another one. Control how you use it. Okay? Because it is destructive. It can be destructive. One thing I wanted to touch on, and I only found this out the other day, listening to a little video blog online. It's called Parkinson's Law. Have you heard of it? Parkinson's Law. This is the premise. The amount of time in which one has to perform a task is the amount of time it will take to complete said task. So what that means is that you shouldn't limit yourself to go, oh no, I couldn't do that. Challenge yourself instead and go, I'm going to get this done by that time. And you'll be amazed that you can get so much crammed into that one time if you put your mind and commit to it. So just don't go, I'm not going to do that, I'm not going to do that, I'm not going to do that. By the time you've said no to all these things, you've opened yourself up to zero opportunity, and you've challenged yourself zero. Instead, go, I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to go, I need to do this and that, that's on that day, I can do that. Okay, well let's try and slot my timetable between 12 and 1. I can fit the drive in from here to there. So yes, I'm going to do that. Instead of going, no, I couldn't, I'm just going to limit how much I do. Because there's so much out there, and all I'm trying to encourage you to do is take it, grasp it, and run with it. A couple of things to finish off with. Recommendations. Actually, before I go to that, I'm going to say this. Don't be part of the sheeples. Have you heard of sheeples? They're sheep and people mixed together. Okay? Don't be a sheeple. It's not cool. It's not fun. Alright? Here's my recommendations, and I'm going to leave you with a few quotes. Be passionate about everything that you do. If you're not passionate about it, throw it out of your life. Go and find something you are passionate about. Be brilliant in everything that you do. Because if you're not, then you're not aiming for the stars. That's what you need to do. Be a free thinker. As I was saying before, if you're a sheeple, you're not a person. You know? Be functional to yourself, okay? Wear things that are functional. Eat things that are functional. Do things that are functional. If things aren't going to work for you productively, then don't do them, okay? Don't think small. Dream big. Now I want to leave you a few quotes. This one's an absolute mammoth. I'm going to read it to you. It's a very famous one. It's made famous by Nelson Mandela at the 1994 South African presidential inauguration. Our deepest fear is, it was made famous by him, but Marianne Williamson is the actual author of this quote. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You're a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. It's a very powerful speech. I'd look it up and I'd reflect on it when you have the time. A couple of other quotes from Frank Knoll. Conform and be dull. Don't do that. And this one's probably it's quite a funny one I'm going to leave you with, and I think you'll all find some humour in it. I thought it was good. So thank you so much. I really hope that you have some questions for me maybe in the break, because I'd love to discuss them, and I'd really love to share any ideas you have about what I was saying here today. So thank you.